morning students. Today we will study class 8 chapter number 16, that is light. As we all know, everything around us is seen to us with the sense of seeing. So sense of seeing is very important for all of us. Do you know how we see the objects? How we see the trees, plants, houses, buildings, car, bus, scooters in our day-to-day life? Is it possible with our eyes only? No. If we can see these objects in the light with the help of eyes, so we can also see that object in the dark also. But in the dark, we are not able to see that objects clearly. So, one more thing that is most important of seeing an object is light. So, how we can see the things? We can see the things with the help of light. So, in this chapter, we will discuss how we are able to see the objects with the help of light. So, light is the only source which helps us to see the object with our eyes. So, the light emitted by object or may have been reflected by object is helpful to make things visible. So, light is the only source of making things visible. So, now we understand how the light emitted by object or how the light is reflected. So, here firstly we will discuss about the laws of reflection. So, firstly, seeing here, we have a reflecting surface. It may be any plane surface like mirror. If a light from an object strikes on a surface, that light which strikes on a plane surface is called incident ray. What is incident ray? The ray which strikes on the plane surface. Next, when the light strikes on a surface, it reflected back. So, the light which reflected from the plane surface is called reflected ray. Next is normal. So, normal is the point of incidence. So, normal is that point at which the striking of ray occurs. As you see, the incident ray strike on this point. So, normal means perpendicular. So, perpendicular at that point is called normal. So, this is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray, and this is the normal, and this is the mirror. So, next is angle of incidence. So, what is angle of incidence? The angle between the incidence ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. So, next is angle of reflection. The angle between the reflected ray and the normal is called angle of reflection. So, here we had studied about what is incident ray. The ray which strikes on the mirror surface. What is reflected ray? The ray which is bouncing back after reflection. That is called reflected ray. And the point where two rays are met are called normal. So, the angle between incident ray and normal is called angle of incidence. The angle between reflected ray and normal is called angle of reflection. So, here we have studied the terms which are related to laws of reflection. So, what is reflection? Reflection is the phenomena of bouncing back of incident ray. So, what is reflection? Reflection is bouncing back of incident ray. As you see here, this is called the reflection of light. So, laws of reflection. The first law is the angle of incidence is always equals to angle of reflection. So, during reflection, the angle of incidence, that is angle I, is equals to angle R. So, angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Next, second law is incident ray, normal and the reflected ray. As you see here, it is incident ray, normal and reflected ray all lie in one plane or same plane. This is a plane on which these three rays are lying. So this is called laws of reflection. So we have two laws of reflection, number 1 and number 2. So next is lateral inversion. So what is lateral inversion? If you see our image in the plane mirror, the left side of the object is seeing at right and the right side of the object is seeing on left in the image. So in the plane mirror, this phenomena is called lateral inversion. So when in image the left of the object appears right and the right of objects appear left. So this is called lateral inversion. So clear? So next is regular and irregular reflection, or irregular reflection is also called diffused reflection. So regular and irregular reflection. So number 1, this is the regular reflection. As you see here, it is a plane surface or the smooth surface. When the parallel beam of incident light get parallel after the reflection. As you see here, these are the parallel beams of light. So when the parallel beam of light become parallel after reflection, that is called regular reflection. So regular reflection is always occur on the smooth and shiny surface. On the other side, irregular reflection, or we can say that diffused reflection. So diffused reflection means the surface is irregular, it is not plane, and the parallel rays which strikes on the irregular surface are not parallel after reflection. So for example, from cardboard. So here the example is mirror. From mirror, the reflection is always regular. Or from cardboard, the reflection is always irregular. So clear? Here is the regular and irregular reflections. So next is illuminated objects. The objects which shines or see through the lights of different objects. Simply we can say that the object which shines due to the shine of other object. For example, we are able to see the moon. It shines because of this light of the sun. So the moon has no light of its own. So it takes light from the sun. So moon is called illuminated object because it can shine because of the light of other object. For example, moon, book, these are certain examples which show the illuminated object. Next is luminous object. So the luminous object, the object which emit their own light. So they are not taking the light of others to shine, but they have their own light to emit. So for example, sun, candle flame, electric lamp, they have their own light. So that's why they are called luminous object. So here we had completed the laws of reflection and certain reflections that are irregular or regular in day-to-day life. So we will meet in the next lecture. Thank you.